All right, go ahead.
Hello everyone, Grandmaster VAR AKOBIAN here, and we're going to take a look at the round number 2 game between FIDE Master Jennifer Yu against Grandmaster Vladimir BELOUS. This was a very interesting long game with back and forth for both players. Let's take a look. D4, knight f6, c4, g6, g3. So we have the King's Indian defense, fianchetto line. So this is all standard setup, queen c2. And now the move knight e5 played. I'm not sure about this move. I think there's some other possibilities here that could be played. So in particular, like queen e7 is fine. But he played here. And now c5. I don't know whether or not he missed this move, but this is very interesting now. Because if you take knight f5, attacking the queen. And if you take, it just takes on d8. If you go here, it just takes. And bishop e3. And now putting pressure here on c5. It's just a very nice and comfortable position for black, despite being down a pawn because of the two bishops. So black played bishop g4, hitting the rook, f3. But now it looks like this was a critical moment here. C takes d4 was played, but better option looks like is f4 to kick the knight. If the knight goes on g4, h3. Now it's under attack. Knight h6, and now simply you can even just play a move like knight f3, opening up the pressure on the d file. And I take.
Wow.
And this is just really, really bad position now. And look at that.
Wow,
it
feels like a snowplow, just like pushing all of black's pieces to like the side of the road.
Now. Knight is trapped here. G4. The knight cannot go anywhere. You're losing a piece here.
Wow.
Yeah. So I played. So this was a critical moment here to play f4 to get a big advantage. White played here, h3, preparing the f4. But now it's, white lost a little bit of time here, and
there's counterplay.
Black is going to be okay now. 92. In fact, black is probably a little bit more comfortable now. F4. So the back and forth here. Again, I think black is doing actually quite well here. Queen e7 and bishop c4. So here actually the best would have been just to retreat bishop d7 and keep the pressure on the e file, pressure on the c file.
Can I ask a quick question?
As well.
So yes. I feel like after that like sharp tactical opportunity was missed, we like transitioned into like this like very your half of the board, my half of the board maneuvering.
Yeah, it was a more maneuvering positional.
Yeah, and so then, but I feel like that white didn't have a lot of say over what was going on on black side, and kind of vice versa. It's like we're just trying to get the best version of our pieces that we can make, and we're kind of leaving each other alone for a short period of time. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, it was just more maneuvering, and black outmaneuvered white here, and now it's a big advantage. But now he started to go wrong here. Bishop here, and now white is consolidating, and now it's a bad move. And e5. This was a blunder because now after e5, you cannot take because of the knight c6 forking the queen and a rook. So this would lead to a nice advantage for white. So black had to find this move, and now just knight c6, returning the favor. But here there was a very simple solution to the problem.
The problem
where is the knight going? Where is the knight going here?
It's an even simpler version of the knight trap from before.
Simply take, hitting the rook. It's possible black perhaps missed this because now the rook goes away, just queen takes f4 winning, and it takes. Thank you. And now simply up a rook, entire rook.
Wow, that's crazy.
So it's just a winning advantage for white. So in here knight c6, and now suddenly it's still better for white here, but it's a total mess here. Or still advantage for white. And yet this was a critical error. Most likely in the time pressure, white should have just played the move rook d8 with the idea of queen c8 and mating ideas. And you cannot do this because tucks, check, picking up the knight.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's why.
So white has great control.
f5 was a mistake. Yeah, now rook takes e5, rook c4. And again, yeah, taking the rookies would have been fine too. Both players making mistakes now because I think they're in time trouble. And now 92 would have been a good save. And many mistakes occurred. And at the end, basically, you know, whoever king is more safe, that person won. Now mate on h2, mate on h2 coming, and the problem now, the a3 pawn is going to be lost. And the rest is just, you know, there's just no chances here because you did 5 pawns and a rook versus this. So the rest was just pretty simple conversion for Grandmaster Bellows.
So from my perspective, it felt like in time pressure, both players were trying to do moves that were like a little fancier. Like I felt like it's almost like they were like doing less
No, it's
intuitive
not
moves.
fancy. It's not fancy. It's just the position was too
So,
complicated,
so they're just
and you
finding
know,
the most
they were just too
realistic.
complicated. Yeah, there were too many pieces on the board, you know, and they were just. That's why you see the mistakes occur. It's just too many pieces on the board. When there are too many pieces on the board, then you're gonna make mistakes. You're not gonna find the best moves because you just don't. You need time to find the best moves. So when there are too many pieces on the board, then very likely you're gonna have the mistakes.
Is there certain openings that are better for liquidating to use your time more efficient? Is there like
Absolutely,
what's like
absolutely.
the
Like
most
this
efficient?
was a King's Indian. This was a
Yeah,
King's Indian opening. But you know, you can't really choose the opening. It all depends how your opponent
yeah,
responds. So you can't just say, "Hey, I'm going to play this particular opening." You can't really do that. You have to see,
the
you know,
response,
how
all the
the game
responses.
develops. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, very good, guys. So this concludes this game, and we're going to do some more games for you. So make sure you check out the games on the 1000 GM YouTube channel.
All right.
See you soon.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.